People be psychotic, technology be hypnotic, like zombies living up in a trance with no path, you don't even got a chance. On too much extra content.
Hello to all, and now I have a new podcast topic which I want to introduce. I've been involved in various areas of ministry as a deacon and a volunteer at several churches for 20 years. Seen and heard just about everything. I finally got a demand on truth-based podcast topics from several people, which I can put my Sunday school experience to some good use. This is David, and the topic I want to begin elaborating on is common sense. Now, to start with, here is a definition of the term common sense in the American Heritage Dictionary of English Language, 5th edition. Sound judgment not based on specialized knowledge. Okay, you don't have to go to college for common sense. 2, another one is an internal sense, formerly believed to be the sense by which information from the other 5 senses is understood and interpreted. Logic, okay? And finally, ordinary sensible understanding, one's basic intelligence, which allows for plain understanding, and without good decisions or judgments, it cannot be made. So without common sense, you can't make good judgment on things, okay? So my response is, without common sense, I could say that one has a debased mentality, either because of biological mental challenges or because they're just an idiot, you know? So what disrupts the use of using or utilizing common sense? Aside from mental challenges, a few factors can include, here's a list that I came up with: cognitive bias, people overestimating how much others share their views, causing a skewed perception of what is common. Another, social and cultural changes. The lack of social awareness, ignorance or ignorant, you know. During my college years, I really gained an insight to various ignorances in general that older people confronted me on and just educated me on, you know. It wasn't common for me to have that sense of knowledge. They're much older than me, twice my age, and they've been through life. Okay, so this wasn't a common sense thing for me. This was something I had to get exposure to. So that highlighted my lack of experience. But lack of experience is the reason why it's not a common sensible thing. Misinterpretation of information when you rely on flawed reasoning. You know, you can get your head messed up with hearsay or gossip or scrutiny that don't have any facts tied to it. You just assume it's right and just go with it. You know, resistance to change, or choosing familiar methods over simple solutions, being overcomplicated, you know what I'm saying? Foolishness, throwing good sense out the door. Ooh, is that a quarter? You know, that adds up. Now, this is the thing that gets me. When people don't learn from their mistakes, it's like you put your hand in the gate with this barking dog and it bites your hand, and in the year 2025, people put it in the gate again and it gets bit some more or mauled over, and they take it out, ouch, and then they put it back in again until they don't have a hand, you know. And so you're going, are you an idiot? Are you stupid? Like, where's your common sense? Do you like pain? Like, so we can all kind of evaluate our own lives. Like, if we keep on making repeated choices that we need to learn from, but some people just aren't exercising the meat in their brain, you know, because it's been generally made a cool thing to not use your brain. Yeah, man, you cool. Don't think, don't be smart, don't use your brain. Just do what you want to do what you want to feel. And, you know, if you die, who cares? I'm like, that's pretty much everybody's mentality. It seems like coming up these days. The younger, like, it's a U.S. culture thing, you know, being programmed by media to be stupid. You know, hey, we'll pay you $1 million to be an actor and act stupid, you know, and do some dorky things. But if you want to lead a good example in your life, nobody wants to see you. They don't even notice you. Why? Because you have common sense. That's kind of upside down, right? What my teachers used to say when I was a kid. Y'all kids don't believe that fat meat is greasy. I mean, it's true. But I think the root of it all is pride. You got the dumb idiot and you got the educated fool. They're so high-minded that they're logic and they're useless, which makes them stupid. AKA Mr. and Mrs. Know-It-All. I'm like, you can't tell them nothing. So they don't use common sense because they know it all. All right. Well, anyways, other nations think U.S. citizens waste their potential and their opportunities on foolishness most of the time. And they call us nasty names. Studies claim that the conveniences of technology is also dumbing down people too. And people are behaving like heathens running around on carnal impulses. And I guess in my opinion, I think that U.S. culture, to be specific, some of the main factors include overwhelming external distractions and internalizing pride. So you got the outside distractions, and then you got people that's just too proud to learn, to improve who they are on the inside. But the Bible warns us against pride in several verses, such as Proverbs 16:18, which states, "Pride goes before destruction, a haughty spirit before a fall." Additionally, James 4:6 emphasizes that God opposes the proud, but gives grace to the humble. I want you to think about that. Some people are so stuck up because God doesn't spend much of his time with high-minded, arrogant fools. You stuck. Like if you're arrogant and proud, God is the only solution that can humble a person. So if he's not humbling you, I think that's why we kind of see people like not changing. Sometimes you're like, why don't these people change? Like, I don't get it. It's because you won't humble yourself and God ain't wasting his time. The scriptures say, when you humble yourself, God gives grace to the humble. He opposes the proud. So that's not a good position to be in. A good start for dumb folks, ignorant folks, or people that just lack cognitive guidance and a tech-savvy, overwhelming, sinfully declining social state within our society, I suggest that you read the book of Proverbs in the Holy Bible. The book of Proverbs, the wisdom book or the common sense book of the Bible. And, it's very relevant for this present day. If you just want some practical knowledge and wisdom to help you with common sense. All right. So I wrote a little booklet with different scriptures in the book of Proverbs. And I guess I could read a few. One would say, "The fear of the Lord is instruction of wisdom, and before honor is humility." You want some good common sense? Take it from the Lord and his scripture. I'm telling you, you need a brain. Another one would be, wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore, get wisdom. This is Proverbs 4:7-10. And it says, "Exalt her, and she will promote you, and she will bring honor. When you embrace her, she will place on your head an ornament of grace, a crown of glory she will deliver to you. Hear, my son, and receive my sayings, and the years of your life will be many." All right, so there's various scriptures you can read in the Bible, especially the book of Proverbs, that can get you on the right path if you don't understand what common sense is. I mean, the strongest one is the fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. And I think that's kind of where the flaw is, and that was Proverbs 1:7-9. On this platform, I'll be posting a link where you can download if you were interested or whatever. And it's translated in both English and Spanish if you get the booklet. So I want to conclude this topic about common sense, the thing that our society is lacking. And may you have a nice day and a blessed day. May God bless you with common sense.